Hey girls, and welcome to video 2. So hopefully by now, and LOL, by now, I mean you've watched one video, but who knows? Maybe you've learned something in our last video. You know who you are, you have DTR'd, defined that relationship with money.
And now that you know where you are, hopefully, it's time to start thinking about where you want to be and how to get there. And from here to here, there's a space in between, right? And the way to get through the space is by setting goals.
So you girls have been hearing that word since, I don't know, you were born. Pre-K, everyone's been telling you shoot for the stars, the sky's the limit. What else?
Funky yearbook quotes, I don't even know, inspirational, whatever.
And Talia and I are not going to tell you anything different. Don't worry, we're not going to change everything you ever knew. But what people forget is that in order to attain and to achieve those goals, you need to set small actions that you can for sure succeed in order to get you on those stepping stones to your ultimate goal.
So let's say I decide today, my goal is to become a millionaire. Great. Okay. That literally means nothing.
Negative.
Unless I start saving like a millionaire, unless I start spending or not spending at all like a millionaire, unless I start investing. I need to be acting like a millionaire in order to get to my goal.
And having and setting goals is not only a mindset, but it's something so personal.
It's also something that is going to be with you day to day. Every single decision you make, you need to be thinking, is this bringing me closer to my goal? Is this bringing me farther away?
And as you evaluate your goals on a day-to-day basis, you'll notice that they're evolving and they're changing, and you might have to regroup and restructure the way that you're coming at attaining these goals.
Because your goal, let's say in high school, to save for college is awesome, killing it. But if that's your goal when you're 40 years old, then
you might need to reevaluate. So we're going to walk you through 2 main goals. And obviously there are short-term and there are long-term. So let's start with long-term. The name is exactly what it implies. That is in the long term. So not today, tomorrow, next week, next month, or really even next year. This is far down the line, like really far. Like if you don't have glasses, you might need glasses to see how far down the line.
Like decades.
So let's give you some examples of long-term goals. There is paying off debt, whether it's credit card debt, which you should never be in. Stay tuned because we will get into that. There's student loans, whatever it might be. Buying a car or a property. Some people buy cars short term, some buy long term. Could be either one, honestly.
We'll get into it.
And the last one is really making a certain amount of money by a certain time or by a certain age.
Saying that I want to be worth this amount of money by age 30, whatever.
I want to be a billionaire by the age 30.
Yeah, you would make that your goal right now. You could do it.
Okay, now let's move into short term.
Okay, so short-term goals, I feel like they were just named really well. Like they're goals for the short term, right?
Yes.
These are goals that you can know that you can accomplish within the next week, month, year, 6 months, whatever it is. So an example might be, I want to make a certain amount of money this month. Let's say $100, $1,000, whatever you can do. I want to save a certain amount of money this month. I want to stop going to Bloomingdale's every single break I have in my college schedule. I want to stop going to Starbucks every single day of my life, whatever it is.
And honestly, there's a third category. And the reason for that is because, short-term goals are great, long-term goals are great, but in order to achieve your long-term goals, you need to set those short-term goals. And that goes back to creating personalized goals, attainable things and actionable things that you can accomplish in order to get you there.
I feel like when I started learning about like personal finance, everyone was like, save for a car, save for a car. And I'm like, okay, I'm saving for a car now.
Do you even need a car right now?
Like I actually go to college in this city. I'm planning on living in Manhattan after I graduate. Why am I saving for a car?
Yeah, you have to make sure that your goals are personalized so that you have a stake in it, so that the decisions you make day to day are really coming from a place of, I am personally motivated.
And that's because if you set the right goals, your own personal goals, goals are the best things to motivate you to save money, to not spend money. It's crazy.
I think there's actually like a statistic on it. Like having goals in life really makes you get that much further.
Imagine you're walking by the mall, Nordstrom's having their anniversary sale, sick, you're gonna go grab a few items, but wait, you know that you have the goal to pay off your student loans. Are you gonna still swipe that card for unnecessary clothing?
No, not for unnecessary clothing, but for that black t-shirt, yes. I know some of you girls are gonna do it anyway, but goals, just think before you do. That's what having goals does to you. It just makes you have that extra step in your brain that's like, oh, I have a goal. One second, let me rethink. And honestly, that's all we can ask for. Okay, so now we have spoken to you girls about goals. You knew that your whole life. We maybe taught you that little other thing that you need to create actionable short-term goals so you can actually.
We inspired you.
Maybe we're motivating you. Motivational speakers. Forget the personal finance course. We're motivational speakers today. But that's all great. Now you're like, okay, really nice.
Let's bring it in. Like, where is it in our own lives?
So Tali and I, again, can't tell you what your goals should be since this is personal. If you're going to learn anything from here, it's that goals are personal. But we'll share our goals that we have had or made so that you guys can maybe get an idea and form your own goals.
So a little tradition that I've started is before every semester starts, I sit down. And for a minute, I'm like, what is my goal? How much money do I want to make this semester? And I have found that that is the most motivating thing that I can do for myself. I love hustling in college. I love part-time jobs, babysitting, tutoring, whatever it is. But I have found that having a certain goal that I want to get to by the end of the semester pushes me on days where I just want to watch Netflix. I don't want to work, but I get a job and I'm like, I should, knowing it'll bring me that much closer to my goal. I'm going to take it. As opposed to if I didn't have that goal, I'd just be like, whatever, it's $60, doesn't matter.
Yeah, I remember Tali literally sitting in her dorm room and she had a goal that she was gonna make X amount of money this year. Someone called her for a babysitting gig and she's like, Liz, I am so not down. And I was like, yeah, that goal. And she's like, I have a goal, I'm gonna do it. And it really I literally remember she's like, whatever, I'm gonna do it.
And then I felt so good when I did it. I came back and get you friends and motivate you. That's our other tip for the day. And I came back and I was like, Liz, I feel amazing. I feel like I just got even closer to my goal.
So while Tali's goals were more about making money, mine was about saving money. I had this terrible habit that I always got a manicure twice a month. And listen, I'm super into manicures, I'm super into girls and their hygiene and their beauties. Those cuticles need to be cut. I am not telling you otherwise. You should still get those manicures. I got gel, so I would get it every 2 weeks. And the truth is, number one, they make your nails so weak. I don't know, there's research on that. Maybe it's true, maybe it's not.
Expensive.
Yeah, they're expensive. In the city, you could get up to $35. Not including tip, okay? $38, those $3 of cash, it literally hurts taking that out of my wallet.
That really adds up twice a month. What's that quick math?
74.
35 plus tips times 2.
I think that's 74.
A month.
A month. That's a lot of dollars. That's a lot of dollars.
Times 12. We'll have the quick math up here.
Okay. Anyway, so I decided to cut down. I decided to go once a month. I'd get those cuticles cut. I'd get it all sorted out, nice, nail shaped and everything. And then once I picked it off, which is my problem to begin with, I would have my good friend Tali over here do my nails, or I just suffer the consequences, or I do it myself, or I just get a polish change, which by the way is so cheap.
So those are some goals we have, but guess what? You are not us, we are not you. So take a moment, think about what goals you want to set, what actionable items you can do this week, this month, this year, in the next 5 years, and make it happen.
I don't care if that means that you are cutting back on your monthly allowance, you get $150 and you're like, yeah, those $35 Ubers, cutting into it.
That's such a good point. That's another thing, a goal that I think both of us, we really did it together. That's another thing. Set goals with friends. We were we're spending a ridiculous amount of money on Ubers.
Let's walk together. Let's, I don't know, take,
Subway.
dare I say it, public transportation. I know, it's scary.
And save that money, and then, I don't know if parents are watching this, but if you get allowance, save the allowance, keep it for yourself,
It works. It adds up. But anyway, we hope you girls learn, set those goals, figure it out, do it. If you have questions, hit us up, DM us, email us, Instagram, Facebook.
Find us on other ones. Just figure it out. Be creative.
We're out there.
But if you happen to have made a goal to make a certain amount of money this week, this month, then you're in luck, because come back for our next video to find out ways that you can make some serious cash.
We're so glad you joined us. Thank you so much. See you in our next vid.
Bye.